Hey everybody, Weezem here. We are back upgrading Bumble Blast here. Cool thing with Bumble Blast, you've got the light core variety and you've got Jolly Bumble Blast. So even if you're not a fan of the light core, you should pick up Jolly and cover both of his paths. Now, we've done his base upgrades. He upgrades pretty nicely. My favorite thing thus far is Hive Mind. It will outweigh the paths in my personal opinion. But speaking of the paths, what I was initially thinking I would do is I would take standard Bumble Blast down Beekeeper. It's kind of like a Trigger Happy-esque upgrade path. And then I was thinking I'd take Light Core down the Honey Tree and then Jolly Bumble Blast down whichever of those two I prefer. However, after skimming over the upgrades, kind of thinking I'm going to go with my old format. You've heard me say this I don't know how many times since SSA came out. I am a sucker for speed and armor. The Honey Tree path offers Honeycomb bark, which gives him armor. It kind of has something similar to Stump Smash. And the interesting element here is his Honey Globs are going to have angry bees. Now, it's liable to be a really lame deal where they do like minuscule damage numbers, but it's piqued my interest, and when you factor in me being curious plus knowing I'm going to get armor, kind of the way I'd lean. If I just had one Bumble Blast, I would probably take Honey Tree just because of the armor. Beekeeper's probably the number one choice for most people just because it's more blatantly offensive. Again, it's like reminiscent of a Trigger Happy. You shoot 3 bees at once, that's kind of like bouncing bullets in a way. You can do more bee, I don't even know what that means with stirred upness. And then Queen Bee, if you hold it long enough, it would probably be like Golden Yamato type situation. So it should be a cool, fun path. Other thing, Light Core Bumble Blast, I anticipated his honeycomb mouth thing would have lit up. Not the case. It's actually the Beezooka, which is cool, but that also makes sense to tie in with Beekeeper. So that's my little bit of logic here. Could it be great? Possibly. Could it be wrong? Possibly. It's 50-50 at this point, but what's not is us checking everything out. So this is what he looks like currently. We're going to come in here, hop in the power pot. Do like this, you get to pick your path. If you're unsure, go to oneofweezem.com, search for the Bumble Blast post, or take the link at the top of the description box. You will see everything you need to see to help make up your mind. Now, Beekeeper gain new and more powerful bees. Obviously, I would not be surprised if that's not like 80 to 90% of people taking that path. Whether it winds up being the better path or not, I think if people are faced with that decision, they're going to be inclined to go that way. I'm not. I'm gonna go with Honey Tree here. So, use new honey abilities to slow down enemies and reduce damage. So, we'll see how it goes, and that's all I know to tell you right now. So, first purchase to upgrade down this path. Bear in mind, I've got 18 wing sapphires, 36% off. 1088 is the price for Honey Buzz Blast. Hold A to charge a honey attack. Release to shoot a honey glob that contains angry bees. Pick that up. We'll probably do these one at a time. That's generally what you have to do. But I wish he had speed somewhere. If Beekeeper had speed, I think I would have taken it, no doubt. But since it doesn't, and Honey Tree has armor, it kind of tilts my little preference scale there. That said, if you press A, it's going to be the same thing, 15 to 23. Now, if I come in, let me go ahead and get to my spreadsheet here for you. Honey Tree is where I want to go. If I hold A, okay, wow, that's interesting. And it's going to be really hard to document that. Let's come over here. What was that number? I don't know if it was a 22 or 35. There's a good look at it. I'm seeing 22, 33, and 35. I know the bees do 22 and 33, but maybe I'm not seeing a 35. I think it's 35 must be what that hits. Okay, I'm gonna roll with that. Honey Buzz Blast, I'm gonna put 35 here. 35, I'll do the 1.5 for people. That would be, what, 17 and a half, which would be 52. That's 53. That sounds like a familiar set of numbers. 35 to 53 on hit. Now the question is, how many bees? Looks like they're going to be doing the 22 to 33 damage. Looks like 3 bees, I think. Yeah, so I've determined that it is 3 bees. Now it's a question of how many hits do they do, which is more important than the number of bees. I got 9 that time. I tried to do that gun, they flew that way. So let me try to just keep it on. 8 that time. But it hit the dummy and the sheep too. Let me let that honey expire. There's no sheep near me right now. I got 9 of them. I got 9, but I hit a sheep. 9 and we hit a sheep. I'm just trying to see if we can ever get 10. I don't know what was up with that. I'm gonna put 9. The give or take on that, I've seen 8s. I think we might have the capability of having 10. 3 bees make 9 hits. Now, given that there's 3, we could assume maybe they each do 3, and it becomes a little bit more sensible. Bottom line, that thing's really hard for me to document. I just know 35 to 53 on the initial hit, and then the bees, 3 bees make 9 hits. Let me go ahead and complete that. Of 22 to 33. So that's almost like your honey coating and bazooka-ing at the same time, even though bazooka-ing sounds horrible. Heavy honey is up next. Honey attacks deal increased damage and slow enemies. Now, my thoughts are this should apply not only to Honey Buzz Blast, but also Honey Glob. We'll have to buy it to find out. Price was $14.08. Hopefully that is the case there, and we will so Honey Glob itself is doing 15 to 23. Let's see what we do. Wow, 45. That's insane. 68? Was that what that was? 45, again, I'll do 1.5 to make people happy. That would be 23, I think. Yeah, so yeah, 45 to 68. That is impressive. 45 to 68 Honey Glob. Now the question is, does Honey Buzz Blast elevate from 35-53? Holding down the A button. I think it just did. I think it's doing 45 as well. Oh yeah, that's awesome. 45 to 68 Honey Glob and Honey Buzz Blast. So that's pretty impressive and all. 45. Let me try to count the bees one more time, just for the heck of it. I think I got 8 that time, but I mean, give or take 8 to 9 to 10 roughly there. Whenever I edit it, I might be able to get a better reading, but you get the general idea. It's not like it's 3 and it's not like it's 12, you know, somewhere between those numbers, you know. That said, we're ready for the final upgrade down this very impressive honey tree path. This is like way better than I thought it would be, and the main reason I took it was for this, which that means I'm going to be a big fan of this path, unless I take Beekeeper and it blows this out of the water, which is possible. But Honeycomb bark priced at 1920. Armor is increased. Currently box stock his armor is at 24. I'm hoping he follows the plus 40 format. Magic element character has been getting this like plus 25 I'm not familiar with. Even if he gets that, that'll put him right near 50, but 40 would be very impressive. Armor is increased, and this thing's cool. Bark skin will sometimes drip out honey that coats enemy attackers. So picture yourself facing like a ironclad or gear golem, and maybe like a chompy or greeble sneaks up behind you. He might just leak out some honey, and if you've got bees active at the time, that will deploy them to that enemy immediately. So let's pick this up and see what happens. Okay, he looks the same stuff to me, which is good. I'm kind of a fan of his natural look, if you will. Problem is, I don't know that the dummies, I don't think they're going to do it. They're not going to trigger, you know, enemy. I don't think the sheep will either. But just picture if that was a chompy instead of a sheep, he might have been covered in honey. And I assume, I don't know if that would do damage or not. I may check that out for you, but good news, my friends. Armor, as I type this in my spreadsheet, I'll make you wait for it, plus 40, 24 to 64. This path, totally worth it in my opinion. The armor alone, I mean the rest of this stuff could have been horrible and I'd be content with the plus 40 armor. Makes a huge difference in the game in my opinion. But the fact that this path is actually like way above my expectations is not hurting anything at all. So Honey Buzz Blast, we basically got 35 to 53 on the initial hit, and then the 3 bees doing 22 to 33. It's almost like we're honey globbing and then shooting the bee 1, 2, 3 bees, but we just get it all done in one whack, which is insane. When you have 3 things active, I guess the bees just kind of go for whatever they want. What I may do is actually run him through an arena challenge. I don't know that I want to make you watch it, but what I'm wondering, what I am wondering is if on Honeycomb bark, if the honey comes out, I don't think it would damage an enemy. I think it would just coat them, slow them down or something. Obviously direct bees their direction, but I'm wondering if it might do damage. I don't think it will. What I'll do, I'll go through an arena challenge on my own, we'll check it out, and you know, I'll see what it does. If it does, I'll report back. It'll be updated on the spreadsheet. I'll have a little note in the bottom of the video description as well. But all we lack now to fully upgrade this guy is his soul gem. Soul gem looks pretty cool. Now aesthetically, some of you may hate this and you won't buy it. It'll be like a Yeti cooling factor type situation, or prison breaks, other paths, etc. Bee-pack backpack. Gain a beehive backpack that automatically launches bees at nearby foes. Now, cool thing about it, it's going to be very helpful. Bad thing about it, you may not like the look of it, so you'll have to weigh that in your own mind there. $25.60 is the price. We'll go ahead and buy this. I'm assuming the bees will do the... Yeah, that is not exactly aesthetically pleasing, but it makes sense having to have that, you know. So I don't know that the dummies will get it out of it. Yes, they will. Wow, and they do increased damage. 38 to 57, this is pretty sweet. This is a really, and you don't have to do anything. So, let me document this now. B-Pack Backpack, 38 to 57. As you should know, I'm very detailed, so what we have to do now, shoot some honey on one of these guys, see A, if the bees truly hone in on the honey-coated guy, and then also, do they do increased damage? So, let's go ahead and I'm just going to do a standard shot. Yes, they do increased damage. That is awesome. I mean, you can just sit here and eradicate things, you know. I don't even have my hands on the gamepad. So 38 to 57 standard, and then period, comma, 49, what would that be? 24.5, 69, 70, so 74. I don't think we've seen many 49 to 74s. honey-coated. I'll use my little keyword there again. So that's a pretty sweet soul gem. Bottom line, Bumble Blast didn't do anything like super crazy in his base upgrades outside of his tertiary tag. It was just kind of like slow but solid, if you will. Wasn't anything like, wow, we just had a mega jump there. Honey Tree Path, this thing is impressive. I have been very pleased with most of the Newlanders. He has not deviated from that at all. So what I'll do, I'll run him through an arena challenge. I just want to double check on Honeycomb Bark, and then I'll come in here, I'll take my Light Core Bumble Blast, we'll treat him to the base upgrades. Not going to record that because it would be exactly like this, and then we'll take him down Beekeeper, which I think is probably going to have impressive numbers in and of itself. But Honey Tree Path, really cool. I am ecstatic about this path. I feel very good about it. So only question now is Beekeeper going to be equally good, better, or not as good? And we'll find that out when we take LCBB down that path. So again, make sure you are subscribed. That will keep you up with all the latest. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, thanks for watching. Be sure to take that link at the top of the video description box. You'll be directed to a post dedicated to Bumble Blast. You'll see his base upgrades, Beekeeper, Honey Tree Path, and my spreadsheet, which outlines damage for each and every one of his upgrades. In addition to that, you will have below there my little kind of short and sweet summation of which path I would take and which path I would recommend for different situations and play types, etc. So be sure to check that out. It's exclusive to the site, oneofwisdom.com. So that said, I am gonna run him through an arena challenge, get Light Core Bumble Blast in here, and see how things go. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here in just a few seconds.